Bizarre moment as Walsh crashes back to earth, his body slamming into the Goodison Park turf like a meteor from the heavens, the crowd gasping in unison as blood streaks his face from a mid-air collision that defies gravity and sanity. Reece Walsh, the electric fullback who danced through England's defence like a shadow in the first Ashes test, now lies crumpled, his eyes fluttering shut under the floodlights, while 50,000 fans hold their breath wondering if Australia's golden boy just met his match in a freak aerial battle gone horribly wrong. What started as a routine high ball chase turns into a nightmare when Dom Young's boot clips his helmet, sending him spiraling 10 feet down in slow motion horror, the impact echoing like thunder across Merseyside. Medics swarm like bees to a fallen Hive, checking vitals, probing for fractures, his teammates frozen in disbelief, Cameron Munster kneeling beside him whispering, "Get up mate, we've got the Poms on the ropes." But Walsh stirs groans through gritted teeth, signaling thumbs up, yet the damage lurks invisible, a concussion cloud brewing that could sideline him for the series decider in Leeds. England smells blood, their forwards surging forward, Harry Smith lofting a grubber that Herbie Farnworth palms back for Tom Johnstone to dive over untouched 6-0 early, and the Wembley ghosts of past defeats fade as the hosts roar back. Australia scrambles, Nathan Cleary's boot finds touch, but the Kangaroos look rattled, their flair flickering under the pressure of Walsh's absence from the fray. As the halftime hooter looms, will this crash be the spark that ignites England's comeback, or the blow that buries Australia's Ashes dominance forever? The tension coils tighter than a forward's bind in a scrum, and just when you think the drama can't escalate, Munster steps into the spotlight, his magic about to burn the Poms alive. Smash that subscribe button right now for Aussie NRL updates, because you won't believe the magic unfolding next. Cameron Munster channels the spirit of a storm sorcerer, his eyes locking onto the defensive line like a predator scenting weakness, the ball tucked under his arm as he feints left then explodes right, leaving George Williams grasping at ghosts in the damp English night. The Melbourne maestro who once broke hearts in grand final epics now weaves through three defenders, his offload a laser to Angus Crichton, who thunders 20 metres before lobbing it back to Tom Dearden, the Cowboys gun who dummies the fullback and plants the ball under the post, 6-6, the comeback igniting like dry tinder under a match. Goodison erupts, split loyalties tearing the air, Aussie expats chanting Munster's name while the locals boo the audacity of this 5/8 sorcery, his footwork a blend of ballet and brutality that leaves England's backline chasing shadows. But here's the surprise twist, Munster doesn't stop there, he scoops a loose pass from Victor Radley mid-tackle, spins 360 degrees evading Ben Curry and lofts a chip over the top that Zach Lomax collects on the full, streaking 40 metres to score untouched. The Kangaroos lead 12-6 and the Poms' defence fractures like cheap glass under a boot. Sean Wayne paces the sideline, his face a storm cloud, barking orders to his pack, yet England's resolve hardens. Kai Pearce-Paul barreling over from close range off a short ball from Smith, levelling it at 12, all the seesaw battle teetering on a knife's edge. Munster grins through the sweat, his mind flashing to that 2023 World Cup masterclass where he dismantled New Zealand. Now he's torching England, his grubber kicks pinning them deep, forcing errors that pile like bodies in a ruck. Teammates feed off his fire, Harry Grant sniping from dummy half to set up Hudson Young for a barnstorming run, but as the clock ticks past 35 minutes, a rogue elbow from Jack Wellsby catches Munster's ribs, cracking bone and drawing first blood. The medics hover again. Is this the Poms' desperate counterpunch or just fuel for Munster's inferno? The half ends in chaos, a scuffle erupting near the benches, fists flying as tempers boil over, and the ref's whistle pierces the frenzy like a siren in the fog, leaving everyone wondering if the second half will explode into all-out war or crumble into a gritty grind that tests souls not skills. Player ratings ignite the post-match blaze. Reece Walsh, despite his earth-shattering crash, claws back an 8 out of 10 for that pre-impact brilliance, his 2 try-saving tackles denying Johnstone and Young scores that could have buried Australia early. His vision on the opening Kangaroos try, a 40-metre assist that sliced England open like a hot knife through butter, but that mid-air mishap drops him a mark for recklessness, docking points for the sin bin risk he flirted with all night. Cameron Munster towers at 9.5, the man of the match wizardry, his 2 try involvements, an 80-metre broken field run turning the tide, his kicking game a masterclass with 3 grubbers forcing 6 England errors, yet that rib knock shadows his line, earning a cautionary note on durability in the brutal ballet of test footy. Nathan Cleary steadies the ship at 8, his 40/20ths bombs territorial terror pinning the Poms deep, but a missed conversion from the sideline stings like salt in a wound, dropping him from perfection, while Angus Crichton earns a gritty 7.5 for 120 metres post contact, his offload sparking fire, but a dropped ball in the red zone haunts like a ghost at dawn. On the English front, Harry Smith scrapes a 7 for his combative half-back hustle that grubber to Johnstone gold, but his defence leaks like a sieve, conceding Munster's magic, while Dom Young flies to an 8.5, his aerial duel with Walsh a highlight reel of redemption, scoring twice, yet that boot clip controversy brews debate over intent or accident. Victor Radley grinds out a 6.5, his carries tireless but fumbles feed the Kangaroos feast, and Jack Wellsby's elbow escalates to a judiciary cliffhanger, potentially sidelining him for Leeds. The ratings reveal a seesaw saga, Australia edging 28-24 in a thriller that redefines rivalry, but as the dust settles, whispers swirl of Walsh's scan results pending. Could that crash signal the end of his series or a vengeful return that crushes English hopes? Munster's burn scars deep, yet the Poms plot revenge, their pack rumbling with unresolved fury, setting the stage for a decider that could shatter records or souls. Hold up and subscribe to Aussie NRL updates mid-game, because this Ashes fire just keeps raging hotter. The aftermath hangs heavy over Goodison's hallowed turf. Walsh stretchered off, gingerly waving to the crowd, his thumb up, masking the pain pulsing through his skull. Scans at Liverpool Royal confirming grade 2 concussion, a 14-day stand-down that rips the heart from Australia's backline, leaving coach Mal Meninga pacing hotel corridors like a caged lion, muttering about depth and destiny. Munster tapes his ribs cracked but unbowed, declaring to reporters, "I'm built for this, boys. The Poms can throw elbows, I'll throw magic." His fire undimmed as he eyes Leeds, where the decider awaits, a powder keg primed to blow with 60,000 souls packed into Headingley, the air thick with chants of waltzing Matilda clashing against swing low like thunder meeting lightning. England's camp buzzes with defiance, Wayne hailing Young's aerial atonement, but the elbow incident explodes into headlines. Wellsby cited, facing a grade 1 charge that could ban him for the finale, forcing a halfback reshuffle with George Williams thrust into the breaches, kicking boot, a wildcard in the windswept Yorkshire Chill. Surprise ripples through the ranks as debutant Ethan Strange earns a bench call up. The young gun